Hey everybody, we are live on the Cyber Thunder Broadcast Network. My name's Mike. I'll hang out with you tonight. We're out here with the Cyber Thunder Rising Star Series. You can kind of see that. We're at Phoenix Raceway in the desert. It's a mile long. Let's see, 81 degrees. Tonight these guys got 80 laps in the Xfinity car. 80 laps tonight. We are race number 3 of the 7-race playoff series, so 5 races left to go, counting tonight. These guys have got a battle brewing. You can see we're actually setting 11 cars right now, so not a huge field tonight. Should provide for some pretty good racing though. That guy right there, we've seen him. He's won quite a few of these races. I think he was 5 in a row up until last week, but he's going to have to start from the back, but nobody cares about him. Let's get him out of here. We'll throw this guy on the screen, and then let's pull up these playoff standings. So here we are, week number 12. So we're in that first bracket. Jacob Bowen currently leads the points. William Kern, Ed Jurgen, Dave Gainforth, and Matt Hull are tied. And then you got Jeremy Flanagan and Chris Letts. You see the 3 names in red there, Nate Dufton, Kendon Cook, Sam Hubbard. If they do not advance their position in points, they will be chopped off, cut out. They got one more week. Well, 2 more weeks. They've got this week and next week to improve that position to move on to the next round of the playoffs. So this is what we'll be watching this evening. We'll be watching to see if these guys can gain some spots. I'm looking, I see Nate Dufton. I don't see Kendon Cook. I don't see Sam Hubbard out here. So it looks like Nate's just trying to get past crits. If Nate can move his way up into that next round of the playoffs and moved his way in. Guys, I am recovering from the flu, so if I take long pauses this evening, it will be me trying to not cough in your TV sets. So bear with me. Thank goodness I'm going to try to talk as little as possible, but I don't want to leave you just looking at cars going around track either. Looking in on the times on the board, you see William Kern, who was second in points. He's currently the fastest car. You see Ed Jurgen, Nate Dufton. We're showing 0 zeros, meaning their times are pretty much identical. And Kyle Nadeau is 200th back. So this should be pretty interesting. I mean, with 4 cars that fast, and then Kyle just goes and lays down a burner as we're talking about it. Had to remind these guys now. Again, he's got to come from the back, but he had to remind these guys, hey, I'm out here. I'm fast. I think it's a one-stop race. Pretty sure it's a one-stop race on fuel. Again, they have 80 laps tonight. I was talking to the guys earlier. I think they can go, 45 plus. So, you just need 40 laps, and Kyle just met the wall there. Don't want to do that in the race. These guys would like to see Kyle do that. They're sick of seeing him win. This guy'd like to come home with a win. He's been in 3rd place looking up for a while. I know Ed would like to get up there and challenge William Jacob. He'd like to get that trophy brought home to him. Again, Nate showing some speed tonight. Needs to make up a few spots on the point standing to get into that next round of the playoffs. There's your points leader, Jacob Bowen in the Bully Dog Coffee Company. It's got a lot of paint on it. I like that car. I think it's pretty good looking. It looks pretty good under the lights. Mr. Dave Gainforth having a pretty strong run in the playoffs. it was. Sorry, guys. Uh, yeah, Dave's having a pretty strong run. Car doesn't look too strong right now, though. Looks like the division director, Carter Lawson's going to be out here racing. Holy cow, what is on that car? Who is on the hood? Man, I'm trying to see. Kyle Nadeau and Chris Wold, I think. I think that's who it was. But we're going to jump into qualifying. Let's see, who is the first one out? Who's our first victim tonight? It's like Jeremy Flanagan's the first car to start rolling. Foxfire Foods. Oh yeah, we ordered some of that steak sauce. I forgot. I got some of that steak sauce coming. Luna's steak sauce. I'll let you guys know after I try it. We got a whole bunch of people on track. Phoenix is a weird one, guys. That's turn 4. That's the start finish. It just kind of doesn't make sense in your head when you're out there on track. It's all backwards. Turns 1 and 2 are pretty flat. Gets loose on new tires. You saw Jeremy there wiggle. You come down into 3 and 4. And then you're right at the start finish. Looks like Matt Hall put up a pretty good time for his first lap. Matt would love to get him a win. See if Matt can improve on his time. He did some, but Ed jumped him. Oh, Ed's in the wall. That time's going to have to stick. Oh, he's in the wall again. Ed likes the wall. See Jacob Bowen out on track. Is Jacob done? Maybe practicing some pits. William Kern. Oh, he's not on track. Jumped up to the pole. I guess we could probably switch that so we can see the times and not the gap. You can see Williams the only one in the 26s that's come out for qualifying so far. Chris Letts out on track. Alan Ayers. Nice to see Alan out here. I haven't seen Alan out here in a while. Nice to get Big Al back on the track. Had himself a baby. I'm sure he's been, well, his wife had a baby. Alan didn't have. He might have had a baby. I don't. Who knows anymore? But I'm sure he's had his hands full. Newborns are a lot of work. Nate currently sitting in 4th. Moved himself up into 3rd with that effort. I don't see anybody else out on track. Somebody needs to come do donuts. Give us something to look at. Nobody. It's quiet. Well, shoot. Might as well pull the points back up. Again, just to remind you, Jacob Bowen leads the way. See Jacob currently sitting in 6th, coming off the grid. Then William Kern, the fella in 2nd. These two have been battling most of the season. They're also teammates. Williams up front. Ed Jurgen, they're in 3rd. He's sitting in 2nd on the board. You see Dave Gain 4th, Matt Hall. Again, those guys are tied in points. That's a tie. They're for 4th place. And Jeremy Flanagan, Chris Letts, and Nate Dufton. Those are the guys to watch tonight. I think that's where the movement can happen in points. See if Nate can work his way into a playoff spot, if Chris and Jeremy can hang on to theirs. Nobody obliged. Somebody should have came out and did donuts or, I don't know, something. Trick shot. That's what we're going to have to, Kyle's going to have to start doing that if he's going to run these races. When everybody else is done qualifying, he needs to come out and do tricks. That way we have something to look at. All right, that's going to lock it in though. Qualifying is, there it is, there it is. It went official. Pull up your starting grid here. William Kern will get that bonus point for starting on the pole. Ed Jurgen there on the outside pole. Nate Dufton in third. Matt Hall fourth. Dave Gainforth starting fifth. Jacob Bowen, your points leader back there in sixth place. Alan Ayers in seventh. Chris Letts in eighth. Jeremy Flanagan ninth. And it looks like front row Kyle Nadeau is going to come off 10th. And then Carter Lawson in 11th. Can't miss Carter's car. It's bright green. See these guys getting lined up out here. There we go. Pace car starting to roll. I'll say it again for those of you that just tuned in. I'm recovering from the flu, so if we go radio silent tonight for a bit, I'm trying not to cough in your ears, so I will do my best. Pace car's away, but as you can see, that weird starting position, man, these guys got a long way to go before that green. They're coming into view, I promise. There they are. Kids, you saw it. William Kern able to get out there and jump out front and run away. There it is. He's already out to a half-second lead. I think William has scooted out. Now you can see that was interesting there, trying to catch it. Some of these guys are going to cut down through that dog leg. Some of them won't. Just watched them in practice. It seems to be a pretty violent transition. Ed into the wall a little. But the car seems to slam down and almost jump the tires. We'll see here. See Ed turn down to that apron. His car bounces. Williams stays up on the racetrack. These guys single filed out pretty quick. This place is kind of a short track, kind of not. Man, we're already 5 laps in. That's going by quick. See, Ed's not letting William get away. Nate Dufton staying right there as well. Jacob Bowen already up to 4th position. He's up 2 spots. Ed's closing that gap. You can see it. There's definitely a lot of fall off here as far as lap times. You know, tire wear is a pretty big deal. You lean on that front right. So the guys that can take care of their tires may come to the front a little bit later. It may take a little while, but you burn them up too much, you're going to see some guys come up and pass you. As is tradition, we'll look back in here. Kyle Nadeau's not made his way up too far. He's only up one position, and he's 4 seconds back from your leader, so he's got a lot of work to do. Back up front, look at those two different lines. Ed's running a much higher line there in 1 and 2. Like Matt Hall touched the wall just a tad back there. You can really see it in Ed's car when he takes that dog leg. You can see the car jump. I gotta think that just kind of throws the car off a little. We'll watch him this time. Should cut down and then watch this car. Bonk, bonk. And then really high in 1 and 2 there. Oh shoot, these guys are just riding around like a freight train. Let's run through the field, show you where your favorite driver is currently at. William Kern, like we talked about, out front. Qualified on the pole, still out front. Ed Jurgen in second. Looks like he's slipping back a little bit. He's coming into the clutches of Nate Dufton there in third. Jacob Owen, your points leader. He wants to get up there with his teammate. Jacob riding around in fourth. Matt Hall in fifth. Matt not taking the dog leg. Got Dave Gain fourth and sixth. Big Papa Alan Ayers. He's in seventh, but he's currently under fire from front row Kyle Nadeau. Kyle's going to get that spot. Alan's going to fight back. That's a good battle right there. Kyle should be able to clear him here in 3 and 4. And you got Chris Letts back here fighting for that playoff position. Oh, Carter Lawson. I think that's Kyle and Chris Wold on his car. That's what I think. And then Jeremy Flanagan back here. Back up front. Look, William he's running away now. That's what I talked about. That the tire wear could be coming in, and William could have been saving from the front. You know, just taking care of his stuff. That is the key in these races, especially with these smaller fields. You want to have a long run car. You know, short run's nice and fun, but when you're not getting cautions, it doesn't do you any good. Speaking of long run cars, this guy's turned it on. Front row Kyle Nadeau's almost caught Dave Gainforth for 6th place. But he is now currently 5 seconds back from your leader, so he's got a lot of work to do. And this place isn't the easiest place to pass. Williams shut it out to a second. He's a little over a second lead. Just watching them tick by. Look back here. It looks like we've got a battle for 2nd place. Nate has caught Ed. Just kind of riding right in his tire tracks. You got to go where he's not. Man, it looked like William was either really sideways there. I only caught a piece of it. May have clipped the wall a little. We'll see if that affects him. He's still pulling away from these guys. Tell you what, Jacob Bowen would love to get by these two. Ed's still running that really low line. Man, these guys are super high in 1 and 2. Well, what do I know? I mean, they keep me in the booth for a reason, so maybe that's the fast way. It just seems odd to me. I could see running a lane up, but man, all the way out at that wall just seems crazy. You see your leader up there. I mean, your leader's a lane up from the bottom. Nate's going to try to go around the outside on Ed, have to do the little crossover. No. That's what I wanted to see. Can Ed make a lap without hitting that apron like he likes to do? See, Nate takes that inside line and is able to squeeze by. He's going to slide up. Ed's going to do the crossover. All this while your leader's running away. Jacob just wants by. He just wants by. Williams out there 1.3 seconds ahead. These yahoos are back here just fighting it out for second place. Nate's got it now. He is definitely clear, and Jacob just wants to get by Ed. Oh, Jacob's almost got him cleared. Got to take the lower line. There you go. Was able to cut it down mid-turn and clear Ed, so move Jacob up to third place. Kind of driving a defensive line there. Didn't want Ed to cross him back over. He has got him clear. Nate's still not cutting into that lead. Williams grown it. He's got it out to 1.4 second. We'll see if Nate can cut down into that now that he's got some clear racetrack. Again, we'll look back in here. Front row, Kyle Nadeau got around Gainforth. See, he's kind of catching that battle we were just watching. You see right there in front of him is Matt Hall, and then there's Ed Jurgen. Look back in at our other guy that had to start in the back, Carter Lawson. Oh, he's had some fun with the wall. Trying the Ross Chastain line there in 1 and 2, I think. Back up front. So it has come down some. I mean, not significantly, but we're down to 1.1 seconds. We were 1.4, so Nate is catching him. Check these last lap times. You can see your leader, William Kern, 28.4, where Jacob Bowen back there, a 28.2, so 0.2 faster. That last lap, Jacob was the fastest car on the track. Second place was a 10th faster than your leader. So we could have a three-way battle for the lead here pretty soon. Again, these guys are, I mean, you're going to pit halfway. They're able to run longer than what you need. You know, they can run 48-ish laps, but you're going to pit right around 40. Just cut it in half, get some fresh rubber on there. Get back out there at it. I'm one of the guys in the back, man. Kyle Nadeau. Shoot, Matt Hall. I may come in as soon as I know I can make it to the end. Just sneaky, get in the pits, get you some tires, and try to get down as many fast laps as I can, and see if I can't run away from them before they can get their new tires and catch me. You know, maybe force the leader's hand. You know, when you're in the back in the points on the racetrack, sometimes it's advantageous to do what the leaders don't. You know, if you do what the leaders do, you're gonna kind of be where you're at with the leaders. You're gonna keep following them around. So sometimes do a little something a little different. may pay dividends. May also catch you up and you end up in 15th place instead of 5th place. But, you know, they don't pay me to strategize. They just tell me to shut up and yap. That doesn't make much sense, but. So Williams grown the lead back out. You know, where 1.2, 1.3 fluctuates. Nate's not really catching him. Looking at the lap times, William was faster that last lap. The fastest guy on the track, well, is that guy. No surprise. Front row Kyle Nadeau, but again, I mean, Kyle's, we talked about it earlier, he was 5 seconds back. He's only 4 seconds back now, but he's got a lot of cars to get through. We got a lot of race left, but I mean, these guys are no slouch. Matt Hall, Ed Jurgen up there, no slouch. Jacob Bowen, William Dufton, or Nathan Dufton, and then to get to William Kern. So that's a lot of work for Kyle. Tell you what, William just wants this thing over. Man, he's pulled out 1.7 seconds. These guys battling yet? Oh, jeez. Guys, the flu is no fun. I'm just saying. Williams, though, stretching it out here, 30 laps into the race. And he's almost out to a 2-second lead. So it's going to come down to, I mean, short of a caution, can anybody out pit stop him? Can you out enter and exit the pits? Did you practice that? Sometimes that's the difference. You know, I talked about it. Like that guy. Nothing to lose. Needs to gain spots. You see Kyle got around both those guys. He's now up to 4th position. Ed's not quite letting him have it. But up to 4th. But man, he's still got a long, big gap. It's 4 seconds. Does Kyle short pit it? Like all he can do is gain. You know, he's not out here fighting for points. He's not out here fighting for a championship. All he wants to do is put that Lowe's car up front so he can say hi to his parents and his girlfriend. Maybe his cat. But does he short pit? I mean, I would. I think I would. Ed's still taking that really big dive down into the dog leg. Jacobs caught Nate. Just got to find a way to get by. If Williams going to get up here and lead all the laps, Jacob can't let him just get that much, I don't know, a points advantage on him in a single race. You know, he's got to minimize the damage. Said he currently holds the points lead, but you know, there's bonus points and all that stuff. We could have a swing here at the top. William Kern's out to a 2.5 second lead. Guys, this is where I would pit. Right now. Right now. If I'm running towards the back and I need to make up some spots, man, you're pitting right now, what, 4 laps early? 3 laps early? Like, put it in pit lane. It's like Dave Gainforth did. Somebody was listening. But I'm trying to do it before this guy does. I'm trying to get a couple laps on some fresh tires. Yep. As I say it. There it is. You see it. Kyle Nadeau, his teammate Matt Hall, Carter Lawson. Those guys are supposed to be my teammates, but they abandoned me on the Cup Series, so I decided to talk to you guys about it. you see those guys coming into the pits now, and that's going to force, it does. It forces your leader. It forces Jacob Bowen, Ed Jurgen, Nate. It's going to stay out, collect a bonus point. I mean, that's big. Nate's trying to get into that playoff spot. You know, any extra point he can get helps. He's fighting with Chris Letts, Jeremy Flanagan. Those guys are, you know, current playoff drivers are in the battle for that final transfer spot. So Kyle's back out of the pits. We'll see when this shakes out if that gave Kyle any kind of advantage to just get one extra lap on these fresh tires, while the leaders who are moving in the pits now, we're watching Kyle come. We'll see. They'll probably, yeah, he's going to get past Jacob. He may get past William here. That's how big of a difference that one lap of fresh tires made. I mean, he was 4 seconds back. And look, he says, knock, knock, William. William's fast. We saw it. Halfway this time. This is essentially a battle for the lead. Chris Letts, Jeremy Flanagan have not pit yet. These guys are fighting it out for what will be the lead once the pit cycles around. Looks like Chris Letts is in the pits now. Kyle gets past him. It's not what William wants to see. I mean, these guys know Kyle doesn't count. Kyle's positions don't count. He's a ghost car. He's a rabbit. He gives you something to chase, but uh-oh. Oh, I see red on my screen. No caution. We'll let these guys fight it out, and then we'll go back and see what happened. Looked like Alan Ayers may have had a boo-boo. He's still on track. I don't want to cut away from this battle. So Kyle's pulled away from William just a tad. Neither one of them running the apron now. Yeah, Alan's still going. I don't know what happened to Alan, but these guys are fighting it out too well to cut away. Again, Jeremy Flanagan now in the pits. He just came, he's in pit lane, so these guys will pass him. This will turn into the battle for the lead. They better watch out, though. That 2 car's coming. He wants to see these guys side by side, so he can come up here and play as well. Kyle dipping that front left on the apron helps it rotate a little. William into the wall a little bit. Probably couldn't see it. Probably was, I'm guessing, was so close to Kyle that it was hard to see that wall come up on him. Tell you what, let's take a ride with William. See what he's seeing. That Lowe's car getting a little bit smaller. You can hear him play with the throttle there, getting back into the throttle. Again, staying on the racetrack, avoiding the dog leg. 2 different lines on the entry. Had a really good run there. Oh, I had to get out of it. You got to wonder with that dynamic track update, I mean, is Jacob running that odd line? Is that giving him more grip? Because he's definitely catching these guys. Try to stay in this camera. It gives us a wider view. Maybe try to get all three of them in it. Coming up on Jeremy, some lap traffic. And William used that to his advantage. It's not easy to pass here, even if it is lap traffic. Jeremy's got fresher tires than these guys. He's running that high line, trying to give the leaders all the room they need. Kyle touches the wall. Man, these guys are fighting it out. 30 laps to go. Front row Kyle Nadeau up front. Okay, all right. Looks like they've settled down a little bit. I'm going to go all the way back. This happened a while ago, but I want to see what happened to Alan because it popped up red. So let's watch. Oh, that's not the camera we want. Just loses it a little. Hang on, Alan. Doesn't hit anything. Backs it up, gets it going. Okay, that's what it was. Didn't want to stay away too long. William is not letting Kyle go anywhere. Jacobs dropped back a little bit, having a little trouble getting by the lap car of Jeremy Flanagan. Let's run through it quickly. Up front row Kyle Nadeau. And that Lowe's 97 car. Second place, William Kern and the Bully Dog Coffee Company, 31. Third place, Jacob Bowen, also in a Bully Dog Coffee Company, number 2 car. Fourth place, you got Nate Dufton. He's under fire. You see Ed Jurgen right there in the Mad Sim car. Ed's going to pass him. Maybe. These guys are going to battle for it. Ed does get by. Looks like Nate might have gotten the wall. In sixth place, you got Matt Hall back here. Carter Lawson fighting with Dave Gain, fourth there for seventh. Again, you got Dave Gain, fourth back there in eighth place. Chris Letts currently running ninth. Alan Ayers, after that little slippery do, is in 10th place. And Jeremy Flanagan right there in 11th, right behind our leaders. Jeremy's definitely got pace. He's hanging with the leaders. May have fresher tires, but he can hang. $25 to go. I mean, these guys are just getting it done tonight. This is going to be a short one. We like it that way. Front row Kyle Nadeau. See what happened is last time Cody and Andrew Kotzka, Jerry came out, gave Kyle, a challenge. Now he's like, oh, those guys aren't here. Let me go back to getting back up front, I think is what happened. So we need those guys back out here to keep this Lowe's car from doing this every time. Looking back, the best battle on the track. Right here, Matt Hall catching Nate Dufton. Yeah, you can see the side of Nate's car is just crunched. Look at that. Passenger side, that left side, right side is just smacked. He found the wall, and the wall wasn't very friendly to him. Put Nate back to 6th, Matt up to 5th. Everybody is pretty much spread out around the track. This is really the closest battle. Coming to 20 to go this time. Kyle has pulled out, I mean, he's a half-second lead over William Kern now. Oh, goodness. Hey guys, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe, turn the little notification bell on so that way you know when these drivers are out here putting on a show. You can get some popcorn out, tune in, drop out. Wait, that was something else. Jacob still trying to get around Jeremy Flanagan. May not be for position, but these guys are having a heck of a battle. See, Carter gets around Nate. Man, that's rough. Nathan was having a good run tonight. Oh, Jacob did it. Maybe. Jeremy's going to fight back on the inside. Oh, Jacob clears him. Man, with 17 to go, he's 3.5 seconds back now. Sure, he would have loved to do that many, many laps ago. William has not let Kyle get away. Kyle can't make a mistake because William will be right there to capitalize, but again, front row, Kyle Nadeau getting her done. He's really in a hurry. He told me he had a fresh batch of maple syrup and some bear claws that he was really interested in getting his hands on, so he's in a hurry to get this one over with so he can get to his donuts and syrup. Said something about pouring milk on them and eating them with a spoon. I'm not sure. It's Canadian. Looking guys there, they're spread out. See William out here kind of by himself now. Jacob, now that he's cleared, is by himself. Ed's got some guys in his mirror. I mean, this is the closest thing we have to a battle. Matt's trying to catch him. Would love to get up into that 4th position. It's going to look underneath. It's got plenty of time. Ooh, that was close. That was close. Ed is not going to make this pass easy. Expect Matt to hit that apron. Matt clears. Move Matt Hall to 4th place. Oh, Carter's car looked like it got pretty squirrely when he hit that dog leg. Man, these guys are super high there into 1. It's odd to me. Like I can see the middle of the racetrack, but man, they're out by the wall. Carter's going to look under Ed. He does clear, and then Ed's going to try to cross him over there. Oh, Ed touches the wall. It's pushed a little too hard. See it back here. Mr. Gainforth has caught Nate. Can he get around him? That would be for 7th position. There's nothing going on up front, guys. So, just so you know. Oh, hang on, Dave. Seven to go. Dave desperately wants to get by Nate. Nate's trying to hang on to every position he can with that damaged car. Would love to see a caution so he can use that 1 roll of flex tape. Get her all patched up, ready to go. He had a lot of speed. Oh, Dave, into the wall. He's trying to make his car match Nate's, I think. That's going to give Nate a pretty good gap. Back up front row, Kyle Nadeau has caught up with Big Papa. Daddy Allen trying to put him a lap down. 5 to go this time by. See if Allen can hold him up enough for William to get back to him. I mean, it's a 2-second gap. It's significant at this point. Allen should just hit the brakes in front of him right now. Hit the brakes. Oh, he almost did. You can see, though, even though we know Kyle's faster, Allen's not, trying to hold him up, but it's just not easy to pass. Nate and Dave back at it. They are. Looks like Carter Lawson is getting around Matt Hall. He does. Gets that accomplished. So move Carter into 4th place. 3 to go. Front row, Kyle Nadeau. Out here, out front. These guys still fighting. 2 to go. Now, I remind you, Kyle's points don't count. So really, this fella is racing for the win on paper. He's going to get all the points for the win if it ends the way it is. Kyle's just out here for show. Again, he's the rabbit. You put him out there to chase. White flag this time by. a half set of turns left. This track is so weird. Here we go. Kyle Nadeau. Allen's going to keep it on the lead lap. Oh, maybe. Kyle Nadeau gets it done. William Kern comes in second. Look at Mr. Jacob Bowen bringing it home third. All right. Hang tight, guys. We'll get your top three. Yap at them. Be right back. I caught up with your winner, front row Kyle Nadeau. You did it again, man.
Yep, back to the front. That was really fun. I'll make mine really quick because I think you should interview Matt Hall. He had a nice third place finish on points. So thank you to you for broadcasting. Thank you for my grandma, my girlfriend for watching. I want to give a happy birthday shout out to my dad. Thank you to everybody for putting up a great race. William, awesome battling there coming out of pit road. Jacob, nice battle in practice. And thank you to everybody for watching. See you tomorrow.
All right. Short and sweet. Hey, Kyle, throw Matt up in the waiting room. I'll get him after these two fellers.
Will do.
All right.
Thanks, bud.
Talk to you next week, man.
See ya.
Kick him out. Let's get now second place on the track, but you can see him doing donuts there. That fellow gets the win on paper. William, you and Jacob just stuck together like glue, man. Are you guys going to separate in points here or what?
Nah, man. Teammates, that's our plan, is to get right down to the final race, and hopefully it's me and him going for that championship.
You had a good run tonight. You were up front, leading a whole bunch of laps, and then that pit stop happened. How the heck do you think Kyle got that, made up that much ground on one pit stop?
I messed up on pit entry. I locked him up for one. For two, I slowed down way too soon. And then I went to speed up, and then the line was there, so I braked really hard. It was horrible. And then same thing coming to the box. I came in too slow. It was a mess. I lost at least a second, if not a second and a half, right there.
Gotcha. Well, hey, man, you had a really damn good run tonight. I'm sure it feels good to get the win on paper, right? You need those points. I didn't look to see what the gap was. Is this going to put you in first place?
So it's an elimination after tonight. Points get reset again for the top 7 to run out the next few races. And then bottom 3 from them 3 races end up getting kicked, and then it's the reset again to the top 4, and then 4 of us go for a championship.
Awesome. Well, hey, man, good run tonight. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it over to you.
Yeah, it was a great car tonight. Congratulations to my teammates. Jacob Bowen finished right behind me, second on paper. I believe he was third actually in the actual race. Bully Dog Coffee Company on the hood. BullyDogCoffeeCompany.com. Type in BTR. That's BTR 10. Get your 10% off on any coffee you want. Pride and Trust Painting on the back. Carter Racing Paints. Check them out on Trading Paints. They do excellent work. This is actually one of my older schemes. I had to bring it out again tonight. Looks fantastic under the lights. Yeah. I can't wait till next week. Hopefully we can get a good next few races and make that final run at Auto Club.
That's awesome. Well, it's been fun watching you guys fight it out so far this season, and I expect nothing less than a battle all the way to the end.
It will definitely be a battle. Me, Kyle, and Jacob were joking earlier, and Mr. Nadeau brought up, like, yeah, it's going to be so close. We might have to go with, if there's a tiebreaker, whoever's got the most top 20s at this point.
I say you guys run legend cars backwards. Couldn't decide it. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. William, congrats tonight, man. I'm going to kick you out. Maybe we'll talk to you next week, brother.
Yes, sir. See ya.
If my stuff will work here, get William out. There we go. get old Jacob up in here. Jacob, you didn't quite have enough tonight, man, but you still brought it home. Second on paper, your teammate right there in front of you. What do you got to do to get rid of this guy?
I have no idea, Mike. I mean, I finished 7 seconds ahead of fourth. I don't know what I had to do better there to finish not 6 seconds behind Will and Kyle.
Well, in the grand scheme, what do you got? One more race before the cutoff?
No, tonight was the cutoff, I think. So I will take those points.
Either way, yep. Take the points. You're fighting for that trophy. How you feeling going into this thing? Are you going to be able to beat that guy? That 31's fast, dude.
31 is fast. Some weeks I feel like, I'll be just fine. And other weeks I feel like Will's going to stomp me into nothing.
Now, I've shown you the way. You just got to do it. You know that, right? You remember.
I remember that you did it. I don't remember how.
Well, I mean, you don't remember me moving you out of the way?
I mean, I do remember that, but that's my teammate right there.
Sometimes you just got to do it, Jacob. You got to get that trophy. Hey, man, good freaking run tonight. It's fun watching you guys fight it out, trying to figure out who's going to take this trophy home. I'm excited to see how it comes to an end. I'm going to turn the floor over to you, bub.
It's exciting. We have only 4 races left in this series, and it'll be interesting to see who finally gets to take that trophy home. It's been fun. Phoenix was just too hard for me tonight. Thank you, Mike, for putting on such a great broadcast. I'm kind of rambling on here. Wonderful girlfriend for supporting everything I do. She's awesome. My mom, my dad for supporting me. And I will see you next week, I hope.
Sounds good, brother. Well, congrats on your second tonight, and yeah, hopefully we'll talk to you next week.
Have a good one.
All right, kick him out. And then pseudo de facto, 4th place, 3rd place, 5th place. Matt, what'd you get tonight?
On track, I guess it's a P5, and I guess for the points guys it's P3.
So you broke that tie, I think.
Hope so.
How do you feel about going into the rest of the playoffs, man? You think you got anything for that 2 and that 31?
Probably not those guys, but I feel good enough that I could probably, try and maybe compete with Ed, with Dufton, with Gainforth, and try and be in that, second tier, and see if we can just hold our own to Dega, and then maybe see if we can get lucky at Dega.
Yeah, I was just telling Jacob how to get by William is just, feed him a little bit of that front bumper. Maybe you should try that.
Yeah, maybe we'll see.
I'm just trying to stir something up. You guys,
if I can get to them.
There you go. Well, I got faith in you, man. Hey, congrats on your 3rd, 4th, 5th place tonight. Whatever it was. I know it's 3rd on paper, so congrats on that. And hey, let's turn the floor over to you.
I appreciate it, Mike. Shout out to, I guess, everyone TGR, Todd for being on this car for however long I've been on iRacing. You for broadcasting it. Air 12 Nick for coming on this season, and Kyle for all the pointers and being a crew chief and helping me out and stuff. He's been a huge help this season. So yeah, quite happy with it so far.
Awesome. Well, hey Matt, go get you a damn win. I want to talk to you when you get the win, not when you get 3rd place.
I'm trying. Like I'm hoping I'm gonna try to push all my coins in at Dega and hope we can get lucky there.
There you go.
Those are my specialty.
That they are. All right, we're gonna kick Matt out of here. Pull up your results if I can hit the right buttons. There they are. We talked to your top 3, 4, 5 kind of. Kyle Nadeau, William Kern, Jacob Bowen, Carter Lawson coming home 4th, Matt Hall 5th, Ed Jurgen in 6th. We saw Nate there and Dave have that battle. Nate brought it home 7th, Dave Gainforth 8th, Chris Letts 9th, Slippery, Daddy, Alan Ayers come home's 10th, and 11th, Jeremy Flanagan. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week. We'll continue to watch this battle for this championship. I appreciate you hanging out. Bye-bye.
Go, 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 go.